For those of you who don't know, Skybox3D is a demo analysis replay tool that lets you look at demos without using the CSGO in-game demo viewer, which is notoriously horrendous. To be frank, it's really bad. But yeah, Skybox is free. This is not an advertisement, by the way. I'm just doing it because I was interested. It's free. You just got to create an account, sign up, upload a match onto the website, and you'll download it on Steam. So I wanted to look at one round from Sinners versus G2 in the ESL Pro League 14. And this round in particular kind of showcases how clean professional play is and how solid these lesser known teams can be. Now, to be fair, Sinners does have Beastick and Oscar, who I have seen previously in CSGO's past. But the rest of them, Neofrag, Shock, and Zedco, I'm not totally familiar with. But the way they played this round out was actually really good. So I wanted to go over that in this video here. So let's play the round out. Now this is a full gun round. You see full util on both sides. Well, for the most part, G2's money's kind of not amazing, but at the very first thing we see is the mid control. You have your standard window smoke from T-spawn. You had a top mid smoke. Nothing out of the ordinary. Every pug team on Mirage at a decent level will do this. And we have Zedco, who you can see here has done the cat jump from window and is looking here into top mid to try to catch someone. So here we see delayed flashes coming out, and only now did they come in to take mid. Mid boxes get mollied from window, which is a common thing that happens nowadays. Bottom con smoke. Nothing crazy, right? G2, standard mid control. Sinners, playing it actually quite passive. You can see here that Oscar already gave up the presence in connector. Zedco is moving away from cat. Sinners are just saying, you know what, you can have mid control, fine. Now, you can't just give map control without having some kind of compensation, right? So you can see Shock here is playing close A ramp, and he's getting slightly early info on anyone that tries to peek into him A ramp. You could push too. Doing it alone is kind of rough. You don't have any flashes, but you know, it's alright. So now that Sinners have given up mid control, you see them playing slightly back, but not completely ignoring the fact that G2 can very easily just climb into the advanced parts of mid. So you can see here Oscar is holding this angle into window room from outside B, outside market, right? Because since all of mid is gone, it's very easy for a T to get into window, either through jumping on the bench that's not here, or by boosting. You can see Neofrag, same idea, kind of pivoting between window room here. Of course, the vent is a possible area that T's could be. And he's pivoting also to connector, smoked right now. And you can kind of gamble that G2 aren't going to phase through this because it's just not a good idea. Zedco's kind of watching cat. And, you know, Anchor's doing Anchor things. Resmoke in the window. Nothing crazy again. Very standard, just like CT's giving up mid. Around 50 seconds, you're throwing your A main smoke, totally fine. Now Neofrag, he actually does something that's like, I think it's pretty well known now, but maybe like a few months ago wasn't totally known. You can sit, if the T's smoke window, you can sit here, and you can't see it on Skybox, but there's like a little lamp right here, not this one. It's like on the wall here, and if a T crosses that light, you can actually see the light behind the smoke disappear as the T is crossing in front of it. So when that happens, you can just start spamming once you see the light like fade away. So that's something to keep in mind. Oscar, why are you looking here? Now, because you have no information, you kind of have to gamble on where the T's are going, right? You don't know if they're up mid how far into mid they are. You don't know if they fell back and are starting to do a execute onto A, or if it's an execute on B. Is it a mid split? You don't know. So either through anti-stratting by watching G2's demos or just by pure gamble, you can see that Sinners are playing 3B, right? You got a MP9 on balcony, you got someone jump spotting Van, and then you have Oscar hopping in market who can very easily pivot to B, right? Now they held their smoke, which is very nice. It's not a bad idea. It's not too greedy because of the fact that you don't really see much B main presence or apartments presence if you're not actually intending to go B. It's kind of just like a waste because you're not actually getting control of anything if you throw util towards B. So it's actually not the worst. It's not too greedy to hold your smoke until this long. So this is going to be an A execute, right? Very obviously this is an A execute, right? 3A main, 1 palace, 1 top con because of all the util that G2 threw. They had a top con smoke. They mollied this area right here, which I didn't show. And this is all while the second window smoke was up. So Hunter's in a good spot to cut rotates and backstab. You have a good push out of A main. So now you can see that Sinners are starting to think, wait, this could be an A hit, right? We don't really see anything. Shock is playing Sandwich, which is a little uncommon because it's a one and done, but because it's a one and done, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's like weird how that works. Because it's bad, no one expects it, but because no one expects it, it could be like okay to catch people off guard. Neofrag, you're going to see in a second, is going to start moving up into the bomb site as he sees the CT smoke. If you look at the time, there's only like 25 seconds left. So like closer to 30 when the smoke was thrown. And because it's so late, it's highly likely that this is an A hit because you don't have time to fake and go B, right? Unless they're already like waiting in the B apartments. And that fact I'll come back to in a second. So you can safely assume that it's an A hit, and you're going to see Oscar is rotating already. Zedko is knife out running towards here, and we'll see how this defense comes in. So here they come out, and here we have our first set of trades. Okay, now we're in a 3v2. Shock manages to get one because he was actually peeking Palace, which is kind of interesting. Most people would just hide in this corner here and wait for the T's to cross towards default. The problem with that is if you get cleared, you die because the T's will see you first in this angle right here. So he actually holds a little bit out just to get an eye on Palace. He kind of has to get one there, otherwise it's like a disaster, and he does, which is nice. So Shock gets the kill that he needs. Neofrag, sitting default, kind of waits for contact to divert attention because you know people are going to start looking this way towards Sandwich. And he actually does get a kill in return. Oops. As you can see, Nexa right here. He gets the trade, but then Neofrag gets the trade on the trade. Shox gets one. He gets Jax pushing towards Sandwich. Nexa looking towards Sandwich to trade. Neofrag, trade the trade. Alright, simple stuff. Oscar, all the while, has already made it from CT spawn, and he's kind of looking over the smoke towards Palace. So Neofrag is not worried about it. Oscar gets the kill on Nico, but Amnet gets the kill on Neofrag. Again, if you clear this angle out with intention of clearing it, you have a huge advantage because you'll see them first since you're so close to this wall here. All the while, Hunter kind of just crept up top con. He didn't really find any contact towards jungle. Now, remember what I said earlier about how this could be a fake? Basic is still on Cat, and you might be thinking, what are you doing on Cat? Rotate already, bro. Well, you have to keep in mind that this could be a fake. There's always that chance that it's a fake. And you'll never know unless you pushed all the way into B apps and got information earlier. But you didn't. So you have to assume that there's a chance it's a B fake. Or an A fake into a B hit. So you can see B-Sick, while this hit is coming, he is still on the balcony. He's like, yo, this could be a fake. You never know. And you have a lot of time. Something that I should mention. You have a lot of time to just sit, to just sit here and wait. Because if you rotate immediately, you're not going to get there in time to support the hit. So you're playing post-plant regardless. And if you're playing post-plant regardless, you don't need to rotate early because you're not going to do anything, right? You'll get there sooner, but you're going to have ample time, even if you rotate late, to get the retake going. Basically, you're trading a few seconds earlier of a rotate time for leaving the potential of it being a fake into a B hit open. Plus, if you rotate early, you're probably going to walk into utility anyway. You're going to rotate like 5 seconds early, and it's like, oh wow, CT is still smoke? Who would have guessed? Only now is B-Stick rotating, and there's 13 seconds left, and you've already gotten most of your kills. So this is fine. Okay, so now we're in a 3v2, right? You have 2 in CT, B6 coming this way with an MP9. 9 seconds. 9 seconds. That's kind of a problem, right? If you've been watching Pro CS a lot, you know that Navi used to run into this problem a lot. They burn the clock down so much that you have to get this plant off. But you have like no time. So if there's like something that makes you get off the bomb plant, you're kind of screwed. And in this situation here, you're going to see that happen. Right? 4 seconds. Well, first of all, you can't even plant the bomb anymore. And second of all, you just lose, right? Even if that plant started before this kill, any CT is going to peek you and try to get the bomb kill. Because once the bomb gets dropped, B-Stick can just run away. And you will never win the round as T. So this is good good awareness from Sinners to not just wait for the 3v2 post plant. You are advantageous, but you can win the round very easily by taking the risk of double peeking CT into default right here. So you see this peek and then jumping over the box to peek as well. Great from Sinners, great awareness to know like, yo, they have no time. Just fucking peek them. And if you both die, then they're not planning, which means B6 can run away. And if they are planning, B6 is coming anyway, so like, you're good. So overall, this round was very solid from Sinners. They ended up actually beating G2 in the best of 3. Sorry to G2 fans out there, but that's kind of what happened. But overall, hopefully you learned something from this analysis. So anyway, thanks for watching. Not an advertisement, by the way. This is just my interest on using this program. Try it out if you like to analyze your own games, for example. You can upload your own demos. And try pro games, see how it feels. Thanks for watching.